The imaginative Greeks created myths to explain just about every element of the human condition. The creation of the world is explained through two stories, where a son usurps the place of his father Cronus from Uranus and Zeus from Cronus, perhaps referring to the internal struggle which exists between different generations and family members. The Olympian gods, led by Zeus, twice defeated the sources of chaos, represented by the Titans and the Giants. These gods then rule man's destiny, and sometimes directly interfere, favorably or otherwise. Indeed, the view that events are not humans to decide is further evidenced by the specific gods of fate and destiny. A further mythological explanation of a seemingly random nature of life is the blind god Pluto, who randomly distributes wealth. The gods also illustrated the misdemeanors would be punished. For example, Prometheus for stealing fire and giving it to a mortal. The origin of other skills, such as medicine and music, are also explained as divine gifts. For example, Apollo passing on to his son medical knowledge for man's benefit.
Athena was the Greek virgin goddess of reason, intelligence, activity, arts, and literature. She was the daughter of Zeus. Her birth is unique in that she didn't have a mother. She was fierce and brave in battle. However, she only took part in wars that defended the state and home from outside enemies. She's known for most specifically for her skill in warfare and is often portrayed as companion of heroes. She was the embodiment of wisdom, reason, and purity. She was Zeus' favorite child and was allowed to use his weapon, including his thunderbolt. Her holy tree was the olive tree, and she was often symbolized as an owl. Athena is also associated with Athens, the city named in her honor after the people in Attica choose her as their patron, following her gift of the olive tree, symbol of peace and plenty. Poseidon, the god of sea, earthquakes, storms, and horses, and is considered one of the most bad-tempered, mood, and greedy Olympian gods. The name Poseidon means either husband of the earth or the lord of the earth. He's the son of Cronus and Rhea, brother of Zeus and Hades. After the gods defeat the Titans, the world was divided into three, and Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon drew straws to decide which they will rule. Zeus drew the skies, Hades the underworld, and Poseidon the seas. His weapon was a trident, with which he could make the earth shake, causing earthquakes and shatter any object. He was second to Zeus in power among the gods. As god of the sea, he was also closely associated with fish and other marine creatures. Poseidon married the marine goddess Amphitrite. Poseidon had a number of interesting children with both human women and goddesses. Poseidon had the complete power and control over the ocean. As the god of earthquakes, Poseidon was also connected to dry lands, and many of his oldest places of worship in Greece were inland, though these were sometimes centered in pools and streams or otherwise associated with water.
Hera, wife of Zeus and the queen of ancient Greek gods, represented the ideal woman and was goddess of marriage and the family. However, she was perhaps most famous for her jealous and vengeful nature, principally aimed against the lover of her husband and their illegitimate offspring. Hera herself was notable as one of the very few deities that remained faithful to her partner, and she therefore came to symbolize monogamy and fidelity.
Hades was the brother of Zeus and Poseidon. After the overthrow of their father, he drew lots with them to share the universe. He drew poorly, which resulted in becoming lord of the underworld and ruler of the dead. Nevertheless, he was not considered to be death itself, as this was a different god. Greedy like his brother Poseidon, he was mainly interested in increasing his subjects, and anyone whose deeds resulted in people dying was favored by him. The Greeks were not keen to utter his name, afraid of causing some kind of reaction that would end up with them dead sooner. Instead, they decided to give him another name, Pluton, diverting from the Greek word for wealth, due to the precious metals mined from the earth. Thus, Hades became the god of wealth. Although an Olympian, Hades preferred the underworld. His weapon was a pitchfork, which he used to create earthquakes, similar to Poseidon using his trident. He also had a helmet of invisibility, which he received as a gift from the Cyclops, in order to use it during the clash of the Titans. He was also married to Persephone, daughter of Demeter, whom Hades captured and carried down to the underworld.
Zeus was the god of the sky and ruler of Olympian gods. He overthrew his father Cronus and then drew lots with his brother Poseidon and Hades. In order to decide who will succeed their father on the throne, Zeus won the draw and became the supreme ruler of the gods, as well as the lord of the sky and rain. His weapon was a thunderbolt, which he will hold at those who displeased or defied him, especially liars and oath-breakers. He was married to Hera, but often tested her patience, as he is famous for his many affairs. People gave sacrifice to the gods.